Sex positivity.
Sex positivity is pretty much just having like a holistic approach to everything sexual, sexuality, anything that kind of falls under that term. And what I mean by like holistic approach, it's kind of just like seeing it on all ends and kind of like teaching everyone about it, and just having a really positive view on it. That's pretty much it.
Safe, consensual, and enjoyable sex.
Safe sex. The animals, trap, trap, trap till the cages fall. The cages fall, the day is new, and everyone is waiting.
According to Care Notes, safe sex is a combination of practices taken to prevent pregnancy and the spread of sexually transmitted diseases. These practices help to decrease or prevent the exchange of body fluids during sexual contact. Body fluids include saliva, urine, blood, vaginal fluids, and semen.
Knowing now what safe sex is, we decided to ask the students on the UNR campus what they thought.
What do you think safe sex means?
I would say safe sex is probably just being educated about safe sex. It's knowing how to have consensual sex and positive sex and being safe from STDs, protecting yourself physically. And
what do you think safe sex is?
I believe it kind of depends on the situation. If it's, some people believe in abstinence where you have no sex at all, which is completely the safest thing because then you can't catch anything. But depending on who you're trying to have sex with, using a condom with somebody who you don't know, I feel would be the safest type of sex because then you're protected from any type of diseases that can be transferred. Be afraid of.
Safe sex is abstinence, or like he already stated, like just using some type of birth control, some type of just protection in general, and being extremely careful with who your partners is and how many partners that you have.
Being safe is obviously incredibly important, but sex is much more than just what kind of contraception you are going to use. In addition to avoiding STIs and unwanted pregnancies, it's also important to respect both yourself and the other person through
Consensual sex.
What do you think consensual sex is?
Consensual sex to me means when both partners are sober and they're both aware of what's happening and can agree to give their permission.
So what do you think consensual sex is?
Consensual sex is when both people
It's clear that there is still some confusion on what consensual sex actually is, but the important part is unblurring these lines.
According to Mercer, sexual health is not the absence of disease, but the ability to have informed, consensual, safe, respectful, and pleasurable sexual relationships.
Boom. It requires both parties to be on the same page. When people communicate, there's less of a chance that something bad is going to happen.
Enjoyable sex.
As said by Kelly Richardson, ask yourself why you are choosing this person to be so intimate with. Ask yourself if you trust them completely, not just at the moment. Ask yourself if they will truly care about you before, during, and most importantly, after. This will make for enjoyable sex.
Communication matters because sexuality includes dealing with feelings. It is important to know how to express one's desires and needs to prevent misunderstandings and promote trust in sexual and romantic relationships.
If people have difficulties discussing sex, whether from a lack of vocabulary, discomfort, or differences in communication styles, their sexual well-being may be compromised. The better people can communicate within sexual and romantic relationships, the better they can avoid potential risks related to sexual health, and the better they can deepen their understanding of their partner's desires and needs.
So, do you have normal sex?
What is normal sex?
There is no such thing as normal. Normal is whatever you desire and feel comfortable with.
There are many different elements that come into play when someone decides to have sex.
The important thing is to take the necessary precautions to protect yourself.
When you decide to have sex, you're already putting your vulnerability on the line. So by simply making sure your own personal needs are met, as well as your partner's, sex can be
safe,
consensual,
and enjoyable.